I'm from Harrisonburg, which is a pretty cool town. Anyone been to Harrisonburg? Couple people, great. Awesome. One of the cool things about Harrisonburg is there is a Chick-fil-A right next to a Waffle House, which are two very different restaurants, very different vibes. Chick-fil-A is very warm and welcoming. Meanwhile, I drove by the Waffle House one night. The only letters lit up on the Waffle House sign were F you. I'm pretty sure Waffle House Fights has its own channel on YouTube. But don't underestimate the employees at Chick-fil-A, though. They can go hard when they want to. They'll get Old Testament. One time I walked in, cashier forgot to say my pleasure. Other employees took her out back, stoned her to death. That's one thing both restaurants have in common, employees going out back to get stoned. Alright. Yeah, I'm sure it does. Speaking from experience, I think. Glad you're already having a great time. It's gonna be good. Yeah. Alright, anyone dress up for Halloween? Got a couple? You, what'd you dress up as? Sarcasm? Are you still in costume right now? No, okay. No, so getting dressed up for Halloween is usually pretty hard for me. Last year, I wanted to be the Dread Pirate Roberts from Princess Bride. But, it's a black mask, black outfit, and a sword. But since I'm Latino, everyone just thought I was Zorro. Made it a little tricky. Any parents in here? I hope we have a few, otherwise I don't know what your children are doing. Couple parents. Anyone do the parent tax for Halloween? Kids go trick-or-treating, you take a portion of their candy? Yeah. Weighs more than your dog.
What happened? Did you not obey the rules?
Took half of it. What's it, 10%? My mom, for the longest time, my mom told me I was allergic to peanuts just so she could take my Reese's. Got ridiculous. After a while, she just left me with Twizzlers. Like, what am I supposed to do with this jump rope? Anyway. Good to see you guys here. This is a fun crowd. I usually don't like doing crowd work as a comedian because I was at a show one time and the host picked some dude out of the crowd, started questioning him, finds out that the dude was going through a bitter divorce because his wife cheated on him. And so that, I know, that was my reaction. So after learning that information, the host decided, you know what? That's comedy gold. So he just picked on her for like 10 minutes after that. Can you imagine? Everybody's laughing at it. Imagine you're this guy. You go out there, have a good time, forget about your problems. All of a sudden, some dude on stage decides to humiliate you in front of the entire room. Can you imagine how traumatizing that must be? I know. Anyway, what do you do for a living? Are you divorced? Because apparently, that's hilarious. No. I'm not going to pick on you, don't worry. I prepared some stuff. Yeah. Oh, do you? That's just me. Did you all write down suggestions? Just drop her by name? November's finally here. We're in the fall season, which is pretty cool. Anyone like fall decorations? Got a couple people? Yeah. My wife loves fall decorations so much. Right now, there are more dead leaves inside my house than outside. My living room looks like a pumpkin patch owned by Hobby Lobby. Yeah, it gets pretty ridiculous. She's kind of a basic white girl in that regard, I have one friend who's a Wiccan, which is probably like the most basic white girl thing you could do. A Wiccan. Anyone know the difference between a Wiccan and a witch? So Wicca is an actual religion where you practice magic, whereas witches are people who practice magic without the tax breaks. So it's pretty interesting. I'm a Marine Corps veteran. I served in the Marine Corps for 5 years. Thank you. I always do that for the applause break. Good way to get it. No, I served in the Marine Corps And November is kind of a big month for veterans, so be on the lookout for that stuff. But I just remember, joining the Marine Corps was a weird experience because the military taught me how to use expensive weaponry. They put me in charge of other adults. And still, someone came by my room once a week to make sure I made my bed. What's crazy is the guy who checked wasn't even that much older than me. He'd be like maybe a year older, already had 2 divorces and a DUI. Somehow he's the responsible one. God forbid I don't make my bed. All of a sudden I'm the worst Marine since Lee Harvey Oswald. Some people got that reference. Yeah. At least he got his shot. Allegedly. I'm sorry. Now, Marine Corps was cool though. I got to do a lot of cool, exciting things. I will be honest though, I didn't have a very exciting service in the Marine Corps. I never deployed or some combat or anything like that. But on Veterans Day, I always take that time to make sure I can honor the brave men and women who I served with in the most special way I know how. By getting as many free meals from local participating restaurants as I can. Yes. If you've ever thought about joining the military, do it. Don't do it for honor or country. Do it for the free Rudy Tooty Fresh and Fruity every year. Guaranteed. No. Speaking of restaurants, anyone here a fan of Buffalo Wild Wings? Couple of people? Good. You don't like this one then. So, I'm a rewards member for Buffalo Wild Wings. So every time I go there, I write down my phone number and I collect points. The last time I was there with my wife, the waiter dropped off the check. My hands were covered in sauce. So I told my wife, write down my phone number for me. I'm going to go wash up. And she did. Then later that night, I get a text message from a random number that says, husband can't keep you happy, huh? I was like, who is this? He said, this is John, your waiter from Buffalo Wild Wings. You left me your number. And I was like, that was for the rewards. He's like, oh, I got your rewards right here. I just responded back, no thanks, I never ordered the small boneless. They don't get it, it's fine. Here it is. No, it's great to be out here. You guys are doing great so far. Are you all excited for what's to come? Woo! I'm going to tell you a few more stories, and then we're going to get some real comedians up here, and they can make you laugh even harder, I hope. I don't want to make promises. But I will tell you, that's a terrible hype man, isn't it? Just like, don't make me do better, I don't know. Anyway, I have this friend who is really pretentious, and he feels the need to critique everything. Like one time, we were drinking wine, very loudly and obnoxiously said, this Merlot's disgusting. Bitter, flat, and unfit for human consumption. I said, bro, we are in the middle of communion service right now. Can you not? I am a Christian. I try to be a good Christian. In fact, just this week, I helped 4 people accept Jesus Christ as their Lord and Savior. Thank you. Thank you. I was going to say a bunch of heathens in here. No, it's cool because one more and I get a free chicken sandwich from Chick-fil-A. All right, are you guys ready for your first comedian of the night?